Hey there, I'm Julie Tam, managing broker of LYN Realty in Houston, and welcome to Smarter Real Estate, weekly on Wednesdays. This is my special series, Building My Dream Home, and that is where I am today. Last time I brought you here, we looked at the cabinets that had been installed but still needed some work to finish them out completely. Well, they've made a little bit more progress since then on the cabinets, but a lot more progress everywhere else in the house, which is super exciting, and that's exactly what I want to show you today. First, do we see that there's our Ring doorbell? We have electricity, guys. That is a big step. That means I don't have to sweat. Actually, I still am sweating because it's hot outside, but we have air conditioning in the house. We have internet, so we were connected to the Wi-Fi. We have lights. The recessed lights are all in and on. They haven't put the hanging fixtures yet because they want to wait a little bit longer. They're still doing a lot of big, heavy, dirty work. As you can see, they're laying out the boxes of wood floors in the living room. And so those types of things could potentially hit the light fixtures that are hanging from the ceiling. So they don't want to install those until a little bit later in the game. But we are in April at this point, and this home is probably about 2 months away from completion. Always going to be a little bit of delay at the end from little details and whatnot, but let me show you around. Okay, let's go into the study. You'll see I got something in my back pocket, and I'll tell you what that is when we go upstairs. Okay, so the study cabinets, you saw them last time. One other development is now you can see, oh my God, it's so heavy. This hinged lid. This is going to be a bench seat, and it's kind of like a toy box style. So we'll be able to store some things in there. And guess what? Look, remember last time I was talking to you about how the trim on the sides of the cabinets was overlapping the door frame, and also over there overlapping the window frame. And I didn't like that. Well, they did fix it, and they trimmed it back just how I said. And so, yeah, it's actually even better than what I imagined it to be. It's really coming completely off the frame. I thought it would be like, maybe there would be still a tiny overlap, but no. So that is great. We're very excited about that. All right, let's walk over here through the formal dining. I'm not going to take you through every single room of the house this time because I'm only going to take you through in detail where things have changed. So you're going to have to go back to the previous videos to find the other rooms and what they look like. Look at this glorious wet bar and butler's pantry. Oh, there's no light installed here just yet, so it's a little dark. But as you can see, this is a beautiful Mont Blanc quartzite that there's a plastic wrap on it. So it's a little harder to see, but you can still see it's got a beautiful look. This is a high-end natural stone. It's not quartz. Quartz is the man-made version. This is quartzite. And this is like a jewel. The sink with the hammered steel, and you've got the gold faucet. It's a little bit dirty right now, obviously, because work is still going on. But yes, it's all here. And we have our little pull-out sponge, caddy, and the mirrored antique tiles. So I love this because it kind of gives you that old world charm of like, I don't know, like the Great Gatsby parties or whatever. But you have the mirrored look and it just makes the space look bigger and it just looks really glamorous. Glass is going to go up on these fronts. This Coca-Cola bottle is not part of the decor. That will stay with the house. But anyway, they did not have enough material to do the waterfall here, but I think that's perfectly fine. I actually personally kind of like that we've got the mirror glass on both sides, just all the way through. Our designer did think that having the quartzite waterfall down going across would be a dramatic look, and I'm sure it would be. But this is just great as well. But we do have the countertop up here on the bar so we can serve drinks. So very exciting. All right. Come to the kitchen. This is really glorious. So this is the same quartzite as was used in the Butler bar. The idea is that you want to use it in the kitchen, and then if you have leftovers, put it in a smaller space so you don't have to buy a brand new slab and spend more money. But yes, this is the modern one-sided waterfall where the countertop goes and spills over the side. I do have to do a special shout out to a friend who will be unnamed, but when we told him we were going to do a waterfall island, he thought we were actually going to have a waterfall, like water spilling over the island. Hey, maybe we can do that on the next house, but I don't think we can afford it for this one. And then we have the overhang with the bar here. Cabinets are all along this side of the island, and then the overhang continues of the same width off to this side. So we don't have a waterfall on this side. We really like this modern take, and it's more practical too because we can have more seating. Shay can have his tower. Shay is our 4-year-old son right up against here. And so I think this is a more modern look, and it's just beautiful. We are so in love with this. I don't know if the video really provides the proper perspective because whenever I try to take a picture, it doesn't. But the island is massive. It's an 11-foot wide island from here all the way to there. So I could lie down twice and still not reach the end of the island because I'm only 5 feet tall. So, but it is gorgeous. And you can see that the quartzite is all through here. We continued it as the backsplash instead of doing a separate backsplash tile because this is a higher end designer look. And again, I showed you some of these cabinets before, so I'm not going to go over them again, but they did correct the cabinet paint color to this tricorn black for the island, because last time it was like a mix of this and the paved stone, but the paved stone is supposed to be only on the other cabinets, which as you can see is what's going on here. The apron sink is installed, so you can see this. They're going to be putting the the disposal button here, the faucet here, it's a single handle, and then over here is going to be the soap dispenser in that third hole. All right, so dishwasher is going to go there. Fridge, obviously, in that big slot. Breakfast right behind me. Our wolf range, would be a maximum of 8 burners. We decided to turn 2 of them into a griddle, so it's a 6 burner plus griddle. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sakin. Pantry back here, microwave here. So yes, just to take another look here, they bookended this. I wanted to point out this detail. If you just have 2 pieces, like a slab on top and a slab for the waterfall, and they don't match, it's going to look bad. So you want to make sure they bookend it so it looks really nice, like it's almost like a seamless one piece, even though it's not one piece. They're attaching 2 pieces right here. They actually had clamps and everything, even up until a couple of days ago when we came by here, and to keep things together. And so, yeah, but they're going to still have to smooth things out, finish things off. There's obviously little blemishes around the edges, and that's to be expected. Okay, so what they're doing here, the wood floors that are being laid out, I know there was a box open earlier. I wonder if I can find it. Well, here's one. I just pulled it out to show you. Oh, these are so heavy. There's no way I can pull it out. That's fine. Anyway, they are laying these out to let them kind of get used to the AC and the temperature before they start laying them onto the actual floor. Okay. All right. You can see the living room here. A lot of work has been done tile and cabinet wise. So first, these are custom built, site built cabinets that we wanted this exact pattern, this exact design on the doors, and we're going to have a pull right in the middle. So our carpenter did that. These are going to be painted the same color as you see already, the paved stone. And then these are actually going to be stained to match the wood floors throughout the whole home. And so that will be more of a natural wood color. And then look at this tile, this gorgeous black tile. This was actually not the original tile we selected because that tile was going to be delayed by like several weeks for shipping. And so I'm always afraid I'm stepping on something that I shouldn't be. So yes, we picked another tile that's very similar, still with the black, still with this kind of lighter whitish, color veining throughout. And if you see, there's actually no grout in between because there's no wetness at the fireplace. It's not like a bathroom or a shower where there's going to be wetness. And so you don't need the grout and all of that. So they're actually going to put a sandless black grout in between. So then you really won't see those grout lines, or you'll hardly see them. So it'll be a much more seamless look. It'll look much more like almost like there's this huge panel of black tiles. These are already really big tiles. They're 24 by 48 inches. The larger your tile, the more expensive it is. We could have gone with even bigger panels. Like I think they go up to like 108 or something like that, like over 100 inches. So it would have just covered I think that would have taken maybe a couple of panels to cover this whole space. But anyway, decided not to do that. We were going for a mitered edge at this corner, which would have brought 2 pieces together like this and hitting just like this so that you wouldn't see the side edge, the open, rougher edge of a piece of tile. But that didn't quite work out because of this material and how it was getting a little jaggedy as it was being cut. It wasn't smooth. And so instead they put this black schluter, as they call it, or an edge protector to really kind of make it seamless. So again, they're going to put in that sandless black grout. So this gap will be closed, everything will be smoothed out and look much better. And then I told you in a previous video, the edge protection will go around the fireplace. Same thing, because you can see actually here, this exposed edge. Obviously that doesn't look good because, you have a nice black tile with pattern, then all of a sudden you have an exposed edge. So that's why they have to put that black there. Okay, so we'll just come by here. You've seen the powder room vanity in a previous video. If you've seen a previous video, that's going to be going in there. Oh, actually, you can see that's the edge protector. This big, long, black thing, that's what they use. So they can cut that down to size. And yes, we already have our alarm system installed in this house. So if anybody wants to break in, it will automatically connect to my firearm and you'll get shot. Just kidding. But something like that will happen. All right, let's go upstairs. Hope I didn't offend anybody. Um, hey, you know what? We got to protect ourselves from people, from the crazies. Okay, let's go upstairs. So nothing really has changed in the game room because there's nothing like tile or plumbing, obviously, that would be installed there. So we'll skip that and come into the laundry room. So we're really seeing this laundry room come together very nicely. The tile here, a nice clean look. The cabinets, this fresh green color that I really wanted, this kind of fresh, clean look for the laundry room. And this is a quartz countertop. So this is not as expensive as the Quartzite downstairs because it's upstairs and not as many people see it. And we actually use this also in the 2 secondary bathrooms because again, these are kind of secondary spaces. Really liked this look. It's white with this veining that's very natural looking. I didn't like the ones that have the really thick veins like I've mentioned before because you can really see all the pixels and it looks totally like it's printed and fake. No offense to those who have that in their home, but that's just my opinion. And a lot of designers and actually higher end homeowners don't like that look either. Big, nice, deep Nantucket sink and this beautiful gold faucet in a different shade, a little bit more yellow. The ones downstairs in the kitchen are, and the wet bar are a little bit darker gold. So yes, I'm really in love with this laundry room. I think it'll be a happy place to come and do laundry, which is not as pleasant of a task. Okay, the guest bath. Okay, so actually today we met with our trim carpenter talking about the trim that needs to go around the mirrors. He did all the other trim work in the house. And we also met with our hardware supplier to talk about where we need to put everything. So it can get complicated. So right now, first, I want to direct your attention to this beautiful DXV. It is a satin nickel faucet, and we do have running water in the house. And the undermounted rectangular sink, again, same quartz countertop as we saw in the laundry room, very clean, bright white, a really nice look. So our hardware vendor, we were looking at where all we need hardware. So obviously she was counting all the doors and doorknobs and then looking at the cabinets too. Sometimes there's a kind of a fake dummy panel like this. There's nothing that happens. This is just, there, but you can't actually open it or put anything in it because the sink is right behind it. So we didn't want any knob or pull here. Some people put that for an aesthetic reason. We just think it's not practical because when you're like standing up against it, you can kind of push yourself against the pull. It doesn't feel so good. And also it makes people think that you can actually pull on it and then it doesn't work. So we might as well just keep the pulls to the cabinets and the drawers that actually open. And then the other thing was, wow, our beautiful shower that's now tiled, matching set of the DXV shower head and faucet control there. And actually, if you sneak around and look, you can see the two product niches there that are nicely tiled. And how the quartz countertop came over on the horizontal surfaces. It's on the seat, it's on this ledge up here, it's on the threshold down there. The shower door will be about 33 inches wide, all glass this way, frameless glass, meaning when it opens out, it's gonna open out just a little bit past this wall actually. So we wanted to have a towel rod right here, that would make sense, but then it would get hit by that shower door. So now we actually have to put the towel rod on this side, which is okay because once someone steps out of the shower onto a mat, they can just reach around and grab their towel. And then we were going to try to put a hook possibly somewhere, either on the door or like on the wall somewhere so that people can actually put clothing onto it. And then the toilet paper holder would be there. And speaking of toilet paper, you can see our dual flush new Vortens toilets, which our construction superintendent has said that he's going to wrap all the toilets except for the one in the powder room, which is not even installed yet, so that the construction workers, if they're supposed to use the porta potty outside, but in case the porta potty got taken away to, dump out, then they would have a toilet to use, and we don't want them using all the different toilets. We actually didn't say anything. The superintendent just said he would do that, so great, thank you. I have been around new construction for a long time in many, many new houses. I have seen all sorts of stuff inside those toilets at the new construction homes, so definitely don't want that in ours. Okay, let's take a look at our son's bathroom suite here. Ooh, we can turn the light on. There we go. So as you can see, the Hans Grohe single handle faucet, really nice. I hope they've connected all the plumbing. Yes, okay. That would be terrible if we just opened it and flooded the cabinet. And then, you saw his cabinets in last time, the same white quartz countertops here. The tile is much more finished out now. And it's a very quiet, can you hear that? It's a pretty quiet exhaust fan. This is a basic exhaust fan. We did not pay extra for it. We paid extra for the one in our primary bath. We need to go test that one out to make sure it's really quiet. I actually forgot to check if they installed it yet. But anyway, this is already much quieter than the one in our current home, which is like 11 years old. But look at the beautiful tile. So this tile is the kind where it has a little bit of undulations and texture. So texture, not texture in terms of the material, like the feeling, it's very smooth. But what I mean is like when you see it, it is kind of undulating. It's not flat. And so it's a really nice tile. And they also did the sandless grout here to where, the tiles are really close together and it makes it a really seamless look. And then of course the two product niches there and his matching Hansgrohe controls and shower head. Hansgrohe is friendly to kids because they actually put the word hot and cold in some cases on the faucets. And then the dual flush toilet, same here. And did you see there's our Leviton switches? Here's the other vanity, same thing. All right, let's wander over to the primary suite. Coming through Shay's bedroom to come this way. We also talked about the wood floors and how they're going to run perpendicular to the front door, both downstairs and upstairs, wherever the wood floors are. They need to all run the same direction to have uniformity. Welcome to our master bath or primary bath or whatever people call it these days. All right, so you can see the stained cabinets now. This is called the Euro slab style cabinets. So you can see that it is flat all the way across. Doesn't have any sort of edge, like a beveled edge or any indentation or anything like that. It is just, actually I shouldn't say, I don't think they use the term beveled when it comes to cabinets, but sometimes the cabinets have a border where the inside part is inset, but no, this is completely flat for the Euro style. And you can see the faucets, Brizo that have been installed, and also these sinks, same shape as the secondary baths, but bigger for the primary owner suite. And look, the faucet is almost as tall as I am. Same matching Brizo set, beautiful, installed, solid, doesn't move. Woo, tub is going to be pushed up against almost to the wall. There's going to be a little bit of space, a few inches there. So they'll put that there. Ew, there's already like a dead cricket in there. Yuck. Okay. And so these are also quartz countertops, but a different style than the secondary baths and the laundry. So give it a different look. So if you come look at a little bit more of the detail, you'll see how it just looks a little bit different. It is still white, but it has a little bit more of the larger veining, which is fine when the countertops are larger. When you have a smaller countertop, like in the secondary baths, then you don't want the veining to be quite as big because it doesn't look quite right with such a small space. So linen cabinets here, and you can see the tile work is just about finished. They just have to finish off edges and some things, but you can see the two controls for the shower head and the fixed one, and also the handle, the handheld shower head on the other side, plus the product niches up against the wall. So very exciting. And as you can see, same thing, the quartz countertops are on the seats. It's going to be on the pony wall, that horizontal surface there, and of course down on the threshold. And then the tile is going on all the other vertical spaces, plus the mosaic version on the floor. And then take a peek in the linen cabinet area. So there's actually two linen cabinet areas, one at my vanity and then one in here. So that's going to be really nice. They're going to put the two doors up at the top. Now, I'm not going to demonstrate anything because I don't want to screw anything up because, we don't have anything set up just yet, but I don't hear anything. Oh wait, it's starting up. It is really quiet. Do you feel like it's actually more quiet than the secondary bath? Because we paid I think it was over $100 to upgrade it to a very, very quiet fan. But anyway, it's pretty quiet. This is my Toto washlet. This is a bidet, and this is the remote control for it, which our construction superintendent gave to us to take home so that it wouldn't grow legs and walk out of here before we move into this house. So there it is. the glorious John. We promised we would name it after our builder. It's the John. Makes sense, right? Okay. Anyway, that is it, guys. Glad you came on the tour with me. I forgot to point out the tile on the floor, which you saw starting to get laid in one of the last videos that I did, but it resembles the lunar surface because our family is very much into space and astronomy, and Saqib was actually a huge fan of this tile, and I liked it as well. So we were like, hey, let's do this. And it does have a very relaxed spa quality to it. So yes, and you can see on the walls these drawings, where we had to analyze exactly how tall the mirror frame would be and how thick, how wide the frame was actually going to be, and like that it would go up right to below those little notches that stick out from the cabinet top there. You can see the plugs they've installed. So there's just so much extra stuff that's been installed now, and next time there will be even more in our next video. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you will like this video and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook so that you don't miss an episode. And also I post to LinkedIn as well. This is where I take you on my real estate adventures and also arm you with practical strategies to be a smarter buyer, seller, tenant, or landlord right here on Smarter Real Estate weekly on Wednesdays. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.